Would it make sense for them to shut down?
I mean, look, it's still very early. We don't know enough information, but I think that from what I see and what I hear, there are extraordinary precautions being put in place.
Does it cost them more to be open or shut? I mean, this is what Disney was probably imagining, thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's right at that precipice where you really wonder, if it's worth staying open. But the continuity of the mentality in the casino industry is 24/7, stay open. So the goal of the operators would be to stay open at the end of the day. But it's still too soon. We just don't know enough information about the incubation period and how much it's really spread.
What happens? I mean, Contessa, you were mentioning before, some of these people are still gambling, just not doing it in the casino. How's that working out?
Well, that's the real interesting observation I have over the last several days. Online play, which is mostly unregulated in Asia, it's illegal in China, it's regulated in the Philippines, is up 90%. Online play is up 90% over the Chinese New Year period versus last year. That's an unbelievable number. That really speaks to this issue of should the land-based operators be converging around the world with the online operators, because that's really the growing trend.
None of these casino operators have an online presence?
Not in Asia. In Asia, it's still very much the Wild West. It's very unregulated, but they're not getting any business. The online operators, the Philippine licensees, other areas around Asia are picking up most of this play.
So you think that's an opportunity, and maybe this is going to be a time when these casinos look at it and say, we need to buy one of these online operators?
I think it's a wake-up call, and it's not just in Asia, it's in the U.S. Look at what's happening. Every time we watch a sporting event now, there's advertising for William Hill and GVC and MGM. The European companies are very much in the leading position.
If it's illegal in China to do this, would that put any of these companies at risk if they were to buy an online operator?
China is a black market. Philippines is a legal, regulated, and licensed market.
But I'm just saying, they're such tightly regulated industries. I can't imagine one of the casinos being allowed to buy an online casino here in the United States. And if China looks at it so askance,
well,
would
actually,
that be?
MGM Resorts does operate online play. They have online here in the United States, and they're operating.
So you could separate it and not worry about the regulators getting involved in that?
Yeah, well, they do worry about it because the concessions all come up in 2 years, and so they're doing their best to expand and make Macau a tourist destination the way that Las Vegas is. That has not been the case. They're getting their revenue still from gaming, as opposed to Las Vegas, which is getting its money now from non-gaming revenue largely. But they see that in the future, and they can see Macau going that way, which is one reason why, to Jason's point, putting the plans in the works now about an online market and how do you coax online gamblers who might be doing it.
It does have to be eye-opening.
Yeah, and Becky, this is really more of a wake-up call for the governments, right? In Europe and the U.S. now, we're all moving more towards higher taxes, more regulation. In Asia, all this lost business, all this lost tax revenue. Legalize, tax, allow it to be at home, and let the licensees in Macau participate, just as it's happening here and well-developed in Europe. And I think that's really the trend from all this that we're likely to see.
Jason Ader, thank you.